Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I have to think about what am I doing. I'm like, but there's Tana Bear. She's semi-sleep. So I thought today or right now would be the perfect time to do a quick update video on her. Tana Bear is currently 5 months. So I'm gonna do a 5 month update. What is she doing back there? And sorry, y'all, if I keep looking back at her, I'm just trying to see what she's doing because I normally am quiet or the TV's going while she's asleep. So this is different for her. And I may have to stop. I think right now she lost her binky, so she's trying to reach over and grab it. And so I guess we can get into the video, and I'll probably pause periodically and get up and help her out or whatnot because I don't like to see the baby struggling. But so yeah, let's get into the video. All right, you guys. So Santana was born October 3rd last year, 2022. She's now currently 5 months, she's just shy of 6 months, but I'll go ahead and give a 5 month update because this is her first time, her first appointment out of the NICU to get her adjusted age so I can keep you guys updated on what she's doing, where she's at, versus where she should be. So I got my little handy paperwork from her doctor. All right, and so most of my notes will be from her developmental doctor, the one that if you follow me or whatever, if this is not your first time here, you know the doctor's appointment I had to pop up in and had no idea why I was there or who I was seeing. Yeah, so it turned out that was the actual doctor that I actually needed to see. I've been looking for so that I can know kind of like what I need to do. So I'll run down a few mistakes that I have made and I wish that I would have known prior, because Santana could have been more developed or further along had I had the appointment. So anybody who's in the NICU currently or anticipating coming out, please, please, please make sure you have your appointments already scheduled out. My NICU, they were just like smoothing over everything that had nothing to do with them, and that is like a terrible thing about the NICU. She was at Medical City Dallas Children's Hospital. If anybody ever just wanted to know, it is a very high level NICU, but high level comes with its own issues that I will do in a separate video. So and that'll probably be the follow-up to this, but just be sure that all of your appointments, if you don't get anything, get your baby, get your appointments. Those are the two things that you need to be sure. Anything else, water under the bridge. You'll more than likely never see those people again, and they know it. So like I said, she was born on October 3rd, so she is currently 5 months. But her her corrected age or adjusted age is 2.5 months. Because they go from when her due date, when she should have been born, they start counting her milestones from then, because the first few months of her life she spent in an incubator. She spent on respiratory help. There's a lot of things that were going on that she couldn't do for herself that a normal newborn would come out doing automatically. So we have to give her time to catch up. They told me that she would catch up at about year 2 of her life, and then we can stop kind of counting this corrected age is what they call. I know it's referred to in my mommy forms as adjusted age, so you may hear me use both adjusted and corrected depending on what I've been reading or what I've been typing to people in these interactive forms. So forgive me for that, but they're both interchangeable. Yeah, so she is like a 2-month-old basically. So my 5-month-old is only going to be hitting milestones of or behaving like a 2-month-old. Okay, and so right now, what she was doing, so the biggest mistake I guess that I did make is I haven't been doing tummy time. She was not failing in that category, but she was not as stable or strong in the neck as she should have been because I wasn't giving her tummy time. Only reason why I wasn't doing that yet is because I was waiting to find out what's okay, what's not okay for my baby, because I had no idea. This is my first, like I said, my first child that I gave birth to. So a lot of these things I don't know about, and I'm trying to figure out and get answers. And every doctor that I see has a different answer or refers me back to a doctor that I'm probably not gonna see for a couple weeks. So I kind of just let those 2 weeks go by and then I asked them instead of calling them immediately when I leave the appointment, like, hey, can I do this, can I do that? So that's my only regret. It's just not be on top of things with her and kind of waiting to that next appointment. So ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, make phone calls. These are not attorneys. They don't have billable hours to you for you to call them. It's okay to call them. I don't know if anyone else is as crazy or weird as me when it comes to that, but that's what I was doing, just waiting to see her next. And then that time she lost some hours that she could have been doing her tummy time. And so, but she did, however, raise the neck and lay on the tummy and do all the things and not cry. So, you know, I am supposed to give her tummy time for an hour a day, not a full hour at one time, but definitely in increments. So I do go in about 10-minute increments throughout the day. And it's normally right before she eats or an hour after she eats. So I have to either if I don't get it in before I feed her, then I'll definitely like let her digest and then put her on her stomach. And another thing is that I learned with her tummy time is that I need to interact with her. I was just laying her down on something and going across the room and watching her. But there are objects you can hold up to play with baby and kind of like get their focus. And she is back there getting it. Get their focus and you know, just make sure she's looking around and following the objects is another thing that I need to be doing and that will help her. Okay, so in her assessment, she scored in language as a 3.5-month-old. In her visual, motor, her cognitive, and fine motor skills, she only scored that 2.1 months, so she's a little bit behind. She should be 2.5. She's 2.1. And her gross motor skills were 2.5, right at where she should be. So that's the synopsis of basically like what's going on with Bear and how she's doing. I've already told you guys they wanted me to do the floor and tummy time to get the core strengthening. And they also told me, this is a good one, to avoid jumpers and walkers and exercisers, whatever exercisers is. Didn't know, maybe that's a thing or maybe it's a typo. And they said that those devices right now at her adjusted age can lead to developmental delays and toe walk and walking on her toes. So right now, her jumper is just there collecting dust or holding her nebulizer. Let's see here. Did you want to talk with me? You telling me you want your jumper? Okay. She's just laughing over here behind this thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm not using her jumper or anything right now. Y'all just let her be. We'll give her one more time. After that, Tana Bear, you may have to go somewhere. You're supposed to be a fixture in the background, but you're trying to be the star here. Okay, so it also said that I needed to read to her 30 minutes a day and narrate the day as we're laying down so that I can build language with her. Oh my God. So that I could build language with her. So we've already been doing that since NICU, you guys know. And then, you know, my mom's always calling, did you read to the baby? Did you read to the baby? I'm like, you don't ask me, did I sleep or anything? You just want to know, did I read? So, yeah, we've been reading. We have several books. My friends bought me books prior to her birth. So we're good. And Mason has several books also. So when I can get her a bookshelf in here or get one built in her closet, I can keep them all in an organized place. But right now I just have the favorite ones we use, and not her favorite, just the ones that are easy for me to kind of read and pick up with or interact with her. I have them ready to go right there. Okay, and so another thing that they told me to do was to avoid screen time with her, and I didn't realize that, but she said that babies learn to talk by looking at your lips and how they move, and cartoons normally don't enunciate and move their lips as we do as humans. So she did tell me that that wasn't a good thing. So if I do give her screen time, it's normally you know, those baby shows, and this is probably why they make those baby shows that don't have words and they're just running around and doing whatever and silly noises and things like that. She is really trying to get that binky. And so I was interested to find that out. So yeah, everything's going well with her. She is currently 9 pounds. She was born 1 pound 1 ounce. So she's currently 9 even. So I go to her doctor next week and we'll see, did she grow, because we have corrected a lot of things. So some things that have been happening to us have been that Tana Bear should have been at least about almost 10 pounds by now. And a lot of that comes from at first, you guys know I had the formula drama, and I really appreciate the people who have reached out to me publicly and privately to send me things. It warmed my heart. But we did get on the phone and get everybody where they needed to be, and my doctor also provided me 2 cases of her formula as backup. So it's good to know that there are nice people out there that are thinking of you and willing to help you out, you know, in a moment of need. It warms my heart. Y'all know I'm a Cancer. I get emotional over everything. What is she doing? I would hold her, but the way my tripod is set up, I'd have to hold her up here. All right, yeah, so, yeah, it just really warmed my heart, as I said. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to take a quick phone call, but thank you for that. So, yeah, I go back to her GI doctor, and we're going to check her weight, because a lot of her issues with gaining the weight that she should be gaining is because I only had the liquid formula, and I was running out of the powder. In her powder, I have to make an altered recipe to give her more calories per serving. So I can't use the instructions on the back of the can, or, you know, it doesn't give her the weight gain that she needs, because she needs to catch up with her peers. So yeah, and all this motorcycling and turning and whipping and doing whatever she does, that burns calories. So she's right now eating 8 times a day, 2, 5, 8, and 11 a.m. and p.m. So yes, I am getting up. My struggle feeds are 2 a.m., 5 a.m. Most of the time I miss one of them. Last night I did fairly well. I didn't miss anything. I kind of was in a flow. So some nights are better than others. I think more so it's more of me just being dedicated to making sure she gets what she needs. And I'm like, hey, no matter how tired I am, I need to get up. I need to be present. I'm the only person that can feed her right now, you know. I mean, other than, you know, my husband or something. But, you know, of course he has to go to work. So I really wish, one thing that was offered to me was to get the nighttime nurse around the clock, and or a daytime nurse, around the clock, either a daytime or a nighttime nurse, so that I could get rest. And I really wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, but because I have health insurance, that I don't have any kind of supplemental assistance with insurance. My insurance only pays for either her therapies or the nurse's aid. And I chose the therapies, of course, because I think that they're going to be more helpful to her development, and I figure I can kind of tough it out. I did not inquire as well how much, because I could pay out of pocket. If it gets to that, I will inquire about it. Now, when I did have her, they did say that I could have Medicaid as a supplemental insurance that would cover what my insurance doesn't, because she's a preemie, low birth weight. But I filled out that paperwork, and I mean, as slow as it is, they still haven't got back to me, and she's gotten out of the NICU now, so I don't know what they're gonna do at that point. But yeah, I do have those services available to me where I can try to hire somebody to watch her for me, where I can go and actually sleep through the night. It would help me out a lot, but right now it's just not what we're doing right now, and I don't even know if I could afford that right now. So I haven't even tapped into looking at it. My next thing, so we talked about the insurance. Oh, let's see. I have slid it in this paper. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to her GI doctor, and he's gonna go through and let me go through what we've been doing, because he did up her intake. She was getting 60 mLs per feeding. Now she's getting 65. He wanted 68, but I'm just doing the 65 right now, because at the 68 she really spits up, and I'm not sure if she's tolerating that or not. So I'm trying to be easy on her little tummy and know that she's a person. I don't want to blow her up like a balloon. So I am taking my time and doing what I feel is necessary. So I do make some judgment calls when it comes to the baby, because she's mine and I am, responsible for her. You can always gain weight, and you don't have to gain it as rapid, and we're going to get where we need to be, but I need to be sure that, it's comfortable for her. And yeah, because right now I feel like we on my 600-pound life, and I'm just stuffing her. Look at her little belly, so big. She laid out, can't even raise up, just full. I'm sure she's full of calories, full of milk. But yeah, so that's what she's doing, 65 mLs every 2, 5, 8, and 11 a.m. and p.m. So another thing that I have just started incorporating, and my husband suggested this to me because I'm reintroducing bottle feeding to her, and you guys have seen me feed her through her bottle, is that since the 60 mLs are 2 ounces, and so what I do is I put 1 ounce in her feeding bag and the other ounce in a bottle. What I was doing was I was pouring everything into her bottle, feeding her as much as she will take until she goes to sleep. I pour the excess in her feeding tube, and prime it down to feed her the rest while she sleeps. Well, in doing that, it wakes her up, it disturbs her. It's just this whole thing where she's just up, and she was sound asleep, peaceful, comfortable, and I moved her. She may be too full, so she may spit up because I moved her. And so my husband suggested that I put one ounce in the feeding bag, and 1 ounce in her bottle, and run them at the same time. So she is tolerating that very well. Shout out to him for that suggestion. And once she falls asleep after that 1 ounce, she's still getting her feed. I don't have to worry about waking her up so that she can get the calories in that she needs. I can just continue, with the feed, and kind of make sure, lie her down and rub her, let her know it's okay, until she falls back asleep. And it's not this big production to get her back down. So some other things with her are, I haven't had any craziness going on digestive wise other than the reflux. Sometimes she has these clear spit bubbles, and she's having a little bit of acid reflux, but not enough to do anything about. Her pediatrician and her GI doctor do not see a need to change anything with her formula right now or anything. She's doing normal baby things that that they don't see in any other formula fed baby. So we couldn't change that. Right now I am using Pampers sensitive diapers and Pampers sensitive wipes. I want to try. I had a a sample of water wipes and left my husband up here with the baby, and oh my gosh. And left my husband up here with the baby, and they were all gone in one diaper change. And I was like, dude. And so that was my bad for leaving him down here with him, but she had a poopy diaper and he ran through them. Luckily I was able to use a couple of them and I really liked them, so I really want to buy some, but I have several boxes and cases of wipes coming from my friends from the baby shower, so I don't know when I have the opportunity to purchase again, but when I do, I'm definitely headed that way. I use a wipe warmer with her. Wipes are really cold, didn't realize that. But they are very cold. I use a wipe warmer, but you guys, my wipe is, as soon as I pull it out, it's hot and then it's back cold again. So I feel like that's a waste of money. Unless y'all can tell me in the comments if you know a different warmer. I got one off Amazon. It was like 25 bucks. And it is so pointless. But maybe there's one that keeps them hot longer, or I don't know. But she's using essentially cold wipes because it's just not enough. I mean, in 5 seconds it's back cold. So I don't know what the point of that was, but whatever. Uh-oh. She spit out her binky. Look at her. Ooh, she throw a fit. She's taking a bath two times a week. They were bathing her Tuesdays and Saturdays at the NICU, so I kind of kept up with that schedule. Right now, she's having a little dry skin. I have opened my Aquaphor. Oh, she's holding me. I have opened the Aquaphor to lotion her down with. It's a very thick ointment, and so I'm using that right now on her body. She does have the little baby acne breakouts, a little bit like on her chin, and that's the main thing I can complain about is her neck. You guys, I didn't know babies' necks, I guess since their head doesn't have that those muscles, like it's dirty and crusty up in there with milk, gunk, and all kind of things. So I have to wipe her frequently with a hot wet towel, little baby soap, in her little creases and in her little fat roll leg creases, because that's where she will trap and collect anything, and it's disgusting. Let me get her right quick, y'all. You want to be seen? I can let you be seen, girl. This is all about you anyway. Oh, actually, that's why I thought I was sitting too low to hold her up. There we go. Let me hold the bottom of your binky because it ain't attached to nothing. All right. And so her current size, she's in newborn clothes at the 9 pounds. She's gonna be a shorty, y'all, like her dad. Her little pants hang over her feet, and I have to like either roll them up or tuck them in her socks. I'm not upset about it. We kind of knew she'd be short. We're short, even though people think that I'm tall for a girl or whatever. I get to talk a lot, but I'm not tall. I have long legs, but I'm not tall. So, yeah, so she's gonna be a little short thing. She doesn't cry a whole lot. The only time she cries is for this thing here. So I think we're gonna have trouble when it comes time to ditch this. I think that's gonna be my worst nightmare, because she will scream bloody murder if it falls out of her mouth right now, and she's self-soothing with it. So I'll deal with that when it comes. But other than that, when it's time to wake up at the 2, 5, 8, and 11 to eat, she will not cry. If she has a dirty diaper, she doesn't cry. She just kind of sits there. And I feel like there's a lot of it. I feel like a lot of it is because she's been trained in the NICU to know that someone's going to come in like clockwork and take care of whatever it is. So, you know, they don't skip her meal. So every 2 o'clock or whatever, somebody's going to be in there. So the only thing she will do when it's time to eat and do her diaper change is open her eyes. She wake up and she becomes alert. But other than that, she's pretty chill like this, looking around, doing nothing, being a baby. So there's not much to see here. She has, I do take her out. I know I am careful to be sure that other people aren't in her face, and I do make sure that I keep her like covered when there's a lot of people around. But I do take her out. I do have a family, you know. I have to, life has to keep going, y'all. Like, I can't just sit here. I wish I could, but I can't just sit here. Times that I can just sit, I do. Like, say for instance, when it's Mason's practice for basketball, I can't, my husband, instead of my husband taking him like he wants to, he'll stay home with the baby and let me take him, because that gets me out of the house and gets me, you know, off of the baby, because right now it's just baby. And so it just gives me like a few hours to myself. Me and him could go like do something afterwards, ice cream or grab dinner, anything we want to do. You know, that's our little window of time to kind of hang out. But other than that, like, she's came into a ready-made family, so I can't unfortunately just sit here with her and not live life. But as much as I can, I do. And I don't have, when I do have people over, they do stop at her door, look in on her in her swing or whatever. They do not come in her room. They don't cross the threshold. They don't get close to her. But yeah, life is life. And over here, I was talking to my friend V yesterday, and I was just like, girl, people expect the absolute, like, impossible for me when it comes to having a baby. But you know, I have to just, you know, let them know, you know what, you're right, and just do what I'm gonna do anyway. That way we don't have any pushback or debate, and just let people tell you what they're gonna tell you or whatever. But whatever you need to do for you and your child, do it for you and your child. And so other than that, I think that's it. Yeah, I got her bath schedule, her feeding schedule. I'm going down this list. Oh yeah, her developmental and adjusted age. So yeah, we're in newborn clothes. Hopefully we can get up into that 0 to 3 month little window of clothing, because she has a lot of those. She didn't have a whole lot of newborn clothes. I'm actually buying a lot. Hey, Tanamir. I wonder, does she see herself, or is she too far back? That's funny. But yeah, she loves her swing. She rocks in it and listens to the music. Very good baby. I can't complain. So much so where I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have another one. I'm enjoying being a mom, y'all. Like, I did not, crazy enough, I did not want kids, but having her is everything, y'all. Like, I wouldn't trade it for the world. She's such a sweet baby, such a strong baby, and just knowing her story and watching her survive so much and just knock everything, every obstacle, knock it out of the park, pass with flying colors, survive, you know, come home and do well. I couldn't ask for anything more. So yeah, that's our 5-month update. Well, no, I'll do a postpartum one in another video, because I was going to show you guys and tell you guys about my body. That's the next thing I need to talk about, but I know the baby's not going to let me. That's why y'all get a lot of like vlogs of me at the doctor's office, because she doesn't let me do what I need to do. If you're a mom out there, or a babysitter, or aunt, or whatever, uncle, you know, you understand. So we will see you. Say bye, Tina. We will see you guys in our next video. Say bye. This way. Oh, no. Bye.
I'm really on fire tonight. Can't nobody hold me down. I'm doing whatever now. Ain't got no time to fight. I'm talking.